Hello kids! Welcome back to another lesson of Year 5 Mathematics. How are you feeling today? Have you just eaten? Are you feeling drowsy and sleepy already? Well, wake up and get up because we have an exciting lesson waiting for you. I'm Puyi, your tutor for Year 5 Mathematics, and you're watching iTTV. In the previous lesson, we learned about addition and problem solving. I gave you some questions to try at home. Have you finished? Okay, now let's check the answers together. Question 1. 643,994 plus 57,937 plus 56 plus 112,340. Now what do? You arrange them together in the vertical form and you add from the right to the left. Okay, and here's the answer. Did you get this number? 814,327. Now here's a way to check the answer. In the previous lesson, we learned how to check the answer using estimation by rounding off the number. This time, we will check the answer using reverse addition. That means we rearrange the numbers and add them like this. You will get the same answer. This is to help you check the answer to make sure you get the right one. Let's move on to the next question. There are two groups of numbers. Find the total of the largest value in group A and the smallest value in group B. Okay, let's look at group A. Can you tell me what is the largest number? What is it that you have gotten on your paper? Is it 37,856? That's the right one. How about the smallest value in group B? Which is the smallest one? 12,576. Now the question wants us to find the total. So we have to add both of them together. So it goes like this. When we put them together, we write them in the vertical form. It looks like this. So we add it from the right to the left. So we have 50,432. Good. Doing well so far? Okay, third question. Find the sum of 340,911, 67,002, and 108,725. Okay, a lot of words. How did you solve it? Did you write all of them down in numerals? Well, we have learned that in our previous lesson. I believe it was lesson number 1. So, you have to write them out in numerals and it will look like this. 340,911, 67,002, 108,725. After you have written them down, in a vertical form, you start adding them from the right to the left. Make sure you have positioned them in the correct place value, yeah? So you should get the answer 516,638. Have you gotten all that answers correct? Great! Now let's move on to today's lesson, subtraction. Now subtraction is the inverse of addition. That means if you have 8 plus 2 equals to 10. Therefore, 10 minus 2 equals to 8. It is the inverse. Subtraction is actually very useful in our daily lives. We use it a lot, in fact. For example, this morning when you went to school, you brought a sum of money, your pocket money to school, right? Now, after spending on your drinks, on the noodles, and maybe some snacks, how much money do you have left? Now you have to use subtraction to find that answer. Or maybe this year you have grown taller. Now, how do you find out how much taller you have grown as compared to, say, the last year? you need subtraction for that. Now let's play a game, shall we? And see how good you are in subtraction. I have a game ready for you. Now grab your pen and paper. This time, I will show you questions on the screen. Each question, you are given 5 seconds. You have to answer them, and I will move on to the next question. Are you ready? Got your pen? Got your paper? Now here we go. 3, 2, 1. Time's up! Have you gotten all the answers? Not enough time? Oh dear, oh dear. We'll have to check the answers right now. So, let's give you 5 more seconds to get ready your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! Okay, that's all the time we have for the game. Now we have got to check the answer. Okay, the first one. 15 minus 8 gives us 7. Now if you've gotten that correct, put a tick next to it. The next one, 439 minus 14. That gives us 425. Correct? Give yourself another tick. The next one, 5,790 minus 711. That gives us 5,079. And moving along, doing well so far? Okay, 15,882 minus 930. This gives us 14,952. And how many correct did you get? Well, if you've gotten all correct, I want you to give yourself a big star on your paper. And you can show it to mom and dad at the end of this lesson. Okay? Now, let's move on to some exercises meant for Year 5 students like yourself. Okay, boys and girls, look at this question over here. Subtract 77,861 from 283,200. Okay. What do you think we should do with this question over here? Write them out. Okay, now I'm going to use the whiteboard to show you how to solve this question. So I'm going to write the question down first. Take away, subtract. 77861 from 283,200. Okay, let's understand the question first. What is the question asking for? The question is asking for us to subtract. So what operation do we use here? Is it plus, minus, multiply, or divide? That's correct. We will use subtraction, minus. Okay? Minus this number from this number. Okay? Take away this one from this one. So if we write it in a vertical form, we will write this number, the larger number, at the top. So let's start by writing 283,200 at the top minus 77,861. Okay, now that we have written it in the vertical form, we are ready to subtract from left to right. But before we do that, let me remind you to place the numbers according to the right place value. Yeah? For example, if you have written this way instead, without making sure that the numbers are at the right place value, oops! Do you see there is a missing number over here? This is wrong. We must always place the ones together, the tens, the hundreds, and so on. Yeah? So be sure, when you write the numbers in vertical form, check the numbers again. Our numbers are correct. So now we can subtract from the right to the left. 0 minus 1, we have to borrow, trade from the side over here. 10, trade again. 10 minus 1, that gives us 9. 9 minus 6, 3, 1. Let's get another one. 11 minus 8, 3. 2 and 7, oops, not enough. 12 minus 7 gives us 5. 7, 7, 0, 2. Okay, so this is our answer. Now, we must check whether this answer is correct. So in subtraction, we check the answer by adding the numbers together. Remember, I said that subtraction is the inverse of addition. For example, if you have 8 plus 2, which is 10, so 10 minus 2 equals 8. Okay, so right now, we will add these two numbers together and let's see if we can get the number up here, the larger number. Let's try. So I'll copy down 205,339 plus 77,861. Okay, 10, 1, 10 again, 1, that's 12, 1, that's 13, 1, 8, 2. Is this the same? Yes, it is. That means our answer over here is correct. Pretty simple, right? Now, let's try with another question. Look at this question number 2. Take away 42,831 and 10,567 from 543,106. Let's try answering this question. Okay, now write down the keywords so that we can understand the question. The question says, take away. When you see the word take away, it should ring an alarm in your head. Subtract, subtract. Okay, so we will put a minus sign over here. Okay, take away what? 42,831 and what's the next number? 10,567 from 543,106. Okay, so if I can put this in picture form, let's say a biscuit. Okay, so this big biscuit over here represents 543,106. Okay, and I want to take away this number. So, oops, somebody has bitten off the biscuit. Okay, take away 42,831 and take away this as well. So, bite off another side for 10,567. So how much do you have left? Okay, so if we write it out, 543,106 minus 42831 minus again 10,567. Now, we shall write this in a vertical form. Be careful to write them at the correct place value. Okay? Let's minus this one first. We will do it one by one. Minus 4, 2, 8, 3, 1. What do we have? 5, 0, 1, 7, 2, 10 minus 8, gives us 2. 2 minus 2, 0, 0, and 5. Is this the answer? The final answer? Not yet. We haven't minus this one. Okay, so then 500,275 minus this one over here, 10,567. Here we go. 8, 0. Let's do some trading. 9 and 10. Oops, we have to trade another one. 7. So we have here 9. 9 minus 1. This is our final answer. Okay, now sometimes the question will ask you to find a difference. A difference, it also means to subtract. Subtract one number from another so that you will get the difference. Okay? Now, what if we want to check the answer for this question? How should we check the answer? Using addition, right? Now, which number should we add together? We know that this is the largest number. This is the whole biscuit. Okay? Now, to get the whole biscuit, we need to add this piece that is bitten off, the first piece, the second piece that is bitten off, and the piece that is left over. Yeah? So if we add the first one, 82,331, plus the second piece, 10,567, plus what's left over, which is 489,708, we should get the whole piece, which is 543,106. Check the answer and make sure that the answer is correct. Okay? Now, one last question before we move on to the next segment. Question number 3. Okay, there is a missing number over here, a blank. 63,004 minus blank equals to 32,189. Find the missing number. What is in the blank? Now remember what I told you just now about subtraction being the inverse of addition? Okay, I'm going to write it once again on the board here. Okay, let's say 7 minus 3 gives us 4. Okay, in the inverse form of addition, we put 4 plus 3 equals to 7. Okay, now here's the question. 63,004 minus blank equals to 32,189. Okay, now can you see the similarity and compare it to this one over here? We have a number minus something equals to another number. Something minus something equals to something. Okay, do you realize that if we write it in a different way, 7 minus 4 equals to 3 also? And if you add these two together, you should be able to get 7. So now, if we have this question, assuming that if we change this number to this side and the blank to the other side, we should be able to get the blank. Yeah? Imagine if this answer, number 3 here, is the blank. All we need to do is to change the place with the number on the other side. So let's try over here. 63,004 minus 32,189. It should give us the blank. Okay, now let's write it in vertical form. 63,004 minus 32,189. Okay, Now we've written it in vertical form. Check the place value. Correct? Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, all the numbers are in the correct place. Let's begin. From right to left. 4 and 9. Oops, it's not enough. 2, 10. 9, 10. 9, 1. Okay, 14 minus 9 gives us 5. 9 minus 8 gives us 1. 9 minus 1 gives us 8. 2 minus 2 gives us 0. And 6 minus 3 gives us 3. Now, this is the answer that we have gotten. But we have to check the answer. How do we check? Addition. Okay, so now when we add this number and this number together, we should have the larger number. Okay, let's try. 3, 2, 1, 8, 9 plus 3, 0, 8, 1, 5. That's what I do when I'm a little bit tired. I start to sing in my numbers. 9 plus 5. What do you have? 14. Okay, 8 and 2. 10. 8 plus 2 again. 0. Oh, are we getting close to the number? 1 and 3. 1 and 2 gives us 3. 3 and 3 give us 6. Aha! Correct answer! Yes! There you have it. We did have the correct answer after all. The missing answer is 30,815. Now we are going to have a more challenging question. Let's go into problem solving with subtraction. Welcome back. Now we have done subtraction in vertical form. Now we have problems with subtraction. Now let's take a look at the first question. A bakery baked 38,420 buns this week. It baked 41,322 buns last week. Calculate the difference between the 2 weeks. Okay, now let's try to solve this on the board. Now first we have to understand the question first. What is it asking for? Calculate the difference. This is our keyword. Difference. When you see the word difference, it should ring an alarm in your head to use which operation? Plus, minus, divide, or multiply? Minus. Okay? So we should have a bigger number minus a small number. Read the question again. Okay? For this week, what is the amount of buns produced? Yes, 38,420 buns. How about the amount for last week? Let's write it down. Last week. Last week, 41,320. Now the question wants us to find the difference between this week and last week. And we have already determined that we are going to use subtraction. Now to subtract, we need a bigger number at the top in vertical form. So 41,320 minus what's produced this week? 38,420. Okay, let's check if we've gotten the numbers correctly, written at the right places. Yes? Okay, now we're ready to subtract from the right to the left. 0 and 0. 2 minus 2. 3 minus 4 gives us 9. Trade again. 10 minus 8. And this is 0. Now, we know that the difference from this week and last week is 2,000 900 buns. But we need to check the answer using addition. Let's add these two together to see if we can get the bigger number over here. 38,420 plus 2,900. Okay. 2, 4 and 9, 13. Pairs of 10. Remember? 8 and 2 gives us 10. Plus 1, it's 11. 41320. 41320. Aha! This answer is correct. The difference between last week and this week is indeed 2,900 buns. Now, let's move on to the second problem. This one comes in the form of a table. But let's read the story first. Freddy's Confectionery makes biscuits every day. The table below shows the number of biscuits made over 4 days. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest value? Okay, it comes with a table that looks like this. On day 1, Freddy's Confectionery made 4,560 biscuits. On the second day, it made 3,690 biscuits. On the third day, 4,713 biscuits. And on the fourth day, 4,006 biscuits. Woo! That's a lot of numbers! But we can always solve it by using the same steps that we have tried just now. First, understand the question. Let's go back to the previous slide to understand the question. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest value? Okay, I'm going to write the keywords down here. Difference. Now when you see the word difference, what comes to your mind? Subtraction. Okay, so now I will remember to use subtraction. What are the keywords? Difference between the highest and the lowest value. Okay, so I must be sure to find the highest value and to find the lowest value. Okay, now let's get back to the chart to find the highest value and the lowest value. Okay, what is the highest value? Let's read it from the table. Okay, is it the first day, second day, third, or the fourth? Yes, it's on the third day, 4,713. So I'm going to write it here, 4713. How about the lowest value? The smallest one. On which day? Day 2. Because Freddy's Confectionery baked only 3,690 biscuits. Okay, now the question wants us to find the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. We should write it in the vertical form. 4713 minus 3,690 gives us... Well, let's check if we have gotten the places correctly. Yes, now we can start subtracting from the right to the left. 3 minus 0, 1 minus 9. We don't have enough. So 11 minus 9 gives us 2, 0, and 1. As always, we need to check the answer. Correct! Well, you're getting smarter now. 3,690 plus 1023. Now, what does this give us? 3, 9 and 2 gives us 11, 7, 4, 4,713. 4. Oh, correct. That means our answer over here is correct. The difference between the highest value and the lowest value is 1,023. Great job, everybody! You have now learned how to subtract and how to solve problems using subtraction. Now, let's take a break, shall we? As always, I have a brain teaser question for you. Sally has 4 candies in her pocket. If she eats one every half an hour, how long will the candies last? I'll read that again. Sally has 4 candies in her pocket. If she eats one every half an hour, how long will the candies last? 5 seconds for you to answer. Did you say the answer is 2 hours? How many of you got the answer as 2 hours? Raise up your hand. Unfortunately, the answer is not 2 hours. Why? Let me show you. Okay, I have 4 sweets over here. So imagine if Sally has taken the first one, say at 12 o'clock. Yeah? So at 12:30, she takes the next one. After half an hour, at 1 o'clock, she takes the third one. And finally, at 1:30, she takes the 4th candy. So, from 12 to 1:30, the 4 pieces of candy will only last her 1.5 hours. Okay, now boys and girls, now that you have known the answer for the brain teaser, you can ask your friend in class tomorrow, okay? But remember to bring some sweets in your pocket so that you can show them how to get the answer. Before we leave, I have 3 questions for you to try at home. Grab your pen and paper right now and copy down the first question. Question number 1. 200,310 minus 56,794 minus blank equals to 24,307. Gotten the numbers? Okay, let me just repeat it quickly. 200,310 minus 56,794 minus blank equals to 24,307. Okay, and question number 2 goes like this. The population of town X is 49,020. From 2005 to 2007, 450 people passed away and 1,800 people shifted to other places. Calculate the population of town X in 2008. Do you want me to read that again? The population of town X is 49,020. From 2005 to 2007, 450 people passed away and 1,800 people shifted to other places. Calculate the population of town X in 2008. Okay, got it down? Now be sure to do your questions, okay? Because we will be checking the answers together in the next lesson. That's all the time we have for today, kids. But let's recap what we've learned today. Today, we have learned subtraction. And when we subtract, we write in vertical form with a larger number at the top. To check if our answers are correct, we add the 2 numbers together to get the larger number. Sometimes we may come across the words such as difference, take away, but when we see these 2 words, it should ring in our head to use subtraction. In the next lesson, we will be learning how to multiply. So be sure to tune in. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye!